I'm going to do two things. First, different to other people, I'm going to just try to speak in English, even though I am a Spanish citizen. And the reason why I'm speaking in English is because I have Lior with me. My name is Alfonso Peña. I am leading the blockchain initiatives in Spain, Portugal, and Israel. And we are going to be trying to explain what we are doing in Accenture around blockchain. And we will do the difficult part, that is to run a live demo on an asset that we have co-created. And I will try to tell you a story about how this has been obtained. So if we move, because I think it's important, I'm going to do two things. I know Jaime said no PowerPoint, that's killing the attention to the audience. But I think for you to understand specifically the different steps that we will be following in the demo, it is very important to see a few steps that we will be following throughout the presentation. If it is ready. In the meantime, let me just introduce to Lior, and maybe I can tell you a little bit of the story and how we have met together. As part of my responsibilities, I went to Israel as judge for an international blockchain hackathon, kindly invited by the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. And then I met Lior, very impressed with the talent that is being generated in the Tel Aviv hub. It's called the Startup Nation. And then we started a very great and good working relationship. And then at that time, this happened about 2 months ago. And then we decided just to start doing things together and in sharing the passion that we have got about blockchain. And maybe, Lior, you can just tell a few words about the platform that he is representing and the different blockchain. Because as you know, there are more than 100 blockchain technologies and fabrics that are currently exposed, and Ardor is just one of those, and is one that we have co-created this demonstration for you.
Okay, so I'm a managing director of a company called Jelurida. We are the intellectual property holders of the Ardor blockchain platform. What's unique about Ardor is that Ardor is about solving the blockchain bloat problem, which is one of the most critical problems in the blockchain industry. It is a proof of stake, written in Java, has a unique architecture of parent-child chain that allows us to solve the blockchain bloat. And in addition to that, it has all the expected features that you expect for decentralized applications, from messages, account properties, and on top of that, all the smart contracts that you expect, like asset exchange and voting, that we will see today already built into the platform and ready for extensibility.
Yeah, so we want to be brief, and we want just to try to be as energetic as possible. I know you have been here for about 3 hours, and probably just you are getting tired and excited. So if we go to the presentation, Ruben, maybe you can help us with that. There you go. Yeah. Fantastic. You know, luckily, this is just a technical issue, not the real demo that we are just half prepared for you. I hope that you can give me a smile for that. No. Okay, blockchain is our passion, and really that's I can tell you that being in technology for about 16 years, working in Accenture for about 16 years, the last couple of years overlooking specific activities, as I mentioned, I am really enthusiastic about this piece of technology, because I believe really it's truly going to create a new paradigm, a new way of doing things. Really, I am passionate about this. So somehow, I'm going to try to explain very quickly, without any delays, this platform that we have created for you. This platform is production ready. I have been hearing that most of the use cases that are there are in just in a very early stage. This one is ready. We have tested. We have done things, and well, it's available. So if you just want to touch on us and preparing for anything that you would consider, happy to engage. So this is the platform. the user story, right? What is a vote? So everybody knows, very clear. So we have very clear back in our brain French elections. So people just are eligible, and then they vote, and then they vote. And then they have candidates, or they have a question where they are selected. So the first step in any election or any voting system is the poll creation. The poll creation, basically, in blockchain, and the way that we have created is that the administrator will be eligible just to create the specific questions, and those questions are going to be put into the blockchain. This means a lot, and we will see that at the end of the user story, at the different steps that are the ones that you have to follow in order just to create this in our asset. The next thing is the registration or the notification. And different to what happens in traditional systems, in our asset, the registration is going to be coming from you receive basically a BD code, right? And the BD code is received only to the stakeholders if you are thinking in another shareholder meeting, or the ones that are eligible, right? You might say, why paper? Why you don't receive it electronically? It's up to you. You can receive it in your phone. We will see it. The next thing that we will do is the casting of the votes, right? Casting of the votes is just the tally, counting the number of votes, and that is going to be done by all the network in itself, the blockchain in itself. And we will see how transactions are passing from unconfirmed to confirmed. And this, traditionally, usually is done by people staying a couple of hours at the end of the election, counting. Now, no, we can use the browser in order just to cast the vote, or we can use the mobile app, as we will be seeing later after I talk about the different steps. Poll validation, all casted votes are there, are counted. Then 5 and 6. The poll ends, and then those results are counted and are validated by the participating nodes in the blockchain. And finally, the results are almost instantaneously presented graphically in the platform. So just the last things I will say about this in theory is that what it is the situation today, what it is with new blockchain voting platforms, what is the benefit of using it. Just 3 characteristics, 3 features. First one, at today, is paper-based. We all have suffered probably this. We are old enough to vote. It's centrally counted. So it's aggregated, but then centrally there is always just a central body, a point of failure, I would say. And then usually there are some delays in results, even though IT departments are really doing a great job in order just to provide results almost in a couple of hours. Then we have just real results, even though we have always just answer-based. In the platform, what is happening is that it's a web or an app application, so there is no paper in order just to vote, is entitled. And then obviously this creates a lot of time and savers. Then the consensus is the method that we are using in order to understand the results, the casting of the votes. The third point is that the results are instantaneous. So we will see that. So benefits, usability, fraud avoidance. So there is no there is no more complaints in order just to know you didn't count this vote, you didn't count that vote. So it's just everything is immutable. It's going to be in the blockchain. It's auditable. It's traceable. It's there. So there is no more black hands, if you allow me to say that. And then finally, it's a definitely time saver. So with even said that, I'm going to go straight to the demo. And in order just to go to the demo, yeah. So this is my phone. So we have to do this setting. And basically, what I will be doing, I'm going to be just opening up the application, right? Yeah, this is the application, and then in order just to log in, because you are eligible to vote in this poll that we have created for you, you can just take your BD code that you have received. I'm going to use we have 3 voters. And then what I'm going to do is just to log in. To have in the platform, you have 3 possibilities to log in. As you see, obviously, security is a concern, and it's not username and password. It's just specifically this BD code. So you click on the BD code, and then you scan it. There you go. So now it's scanned, and then it's logging me into I don't need this anymore, is logging me into the poll. And then just to, I don't know, just for the fun of it, we make it a kind of a Spanglish. So the question, not sure if you're able just to read, but the question in this general shareholder meeting from Freedom Bank is, are you really free? And then the four multiple choice that you get is a favor, en contra, I can say this very well in English, in Spanish, abstención, en blanco. And then you can see here the results because no one has voted yet, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to vote. Or maybe, Jose Luis, would you like to vote? Yeah. So I think I have the cable. So basically, to vote, then you have to click on their vote in poll. There you go. And now you are presented. Let me just help you with that. So you see the results, and you have just to select one. Yeah, a favor. And then just for the demo effect, you also need, security is a concern. You also need, again, to put the BD code. The BD code in reality is your passphrase. It's just something that you need really to do. So in order just to do, you have to click again, and then just to, there you go, to put the passphrase, and then you will be authorized just to go on and then cast the vote. So it's submitting. Fantastic. So your vote has been cast. That means el voto ha sido registrado en el blockchain. So now, only one vote. The poll has not ended. We are in casting the event. So I would like just to ask another volunteer to come on stage. Anyone would like just to? Carlos? Yeah? So maybe Carlos can just. So there you go.
Maybe meanwhile, let's switch to the browser.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, just the Chrome browser, please.
And if you can move to the tab of the NXT portal.
Yeah.
I can move.
There you go. Fantastic.
You see, here we can actually see. Here we can actually see the inner working of the operation of the blockchain. So you can see the validators of the blockchain. We have a unique property in Ardor that we can tell who is likely to forge the next block and at which time. This is a very unique property because then you could actually send the transactions to this node instead of just let it propagate through the network. If we look at transactions, you can see here the transactions, they start as unconfirmed and later confirmed into a block, normally as in any other blockchain. Let's see if the blocks will show. Oh, let's do monitor. OK, so did you vote?
Yeah, go ahead, vote. You might need also your BD code. Just
yes, take this one. Yep.
Yeah. So he will have to do basically the same thing. So it's just to show that what he's doing basically is just creating a new transaction that is going to be recorded in the blockchain. So now what he's doing is exactly the same thing as Jose Luis did, and now everything will just go. So voting poll.
Meanwhile, I will also vote from this wallet.
Passphrase.
Let me just. You see, this is my poll. I'm going to vote.
There you go.
All right. So this is another vote that was cast. You can see here the votes that we were casting, still unconfirmed since they are not included in a block. If you click here, you have all the properties and all the inner workings of the block, all the information about the inner workings of the blockchain. I'm not sure, it's very difficult to demo blockchain technology because you never know when the next block is going to come. So if you base something on the next block, it's it's a matter of luck. So we're still waiting for a block right now.
So basically, as you know, there is always a delay between the transactions I confirm, and once are confirmed, then they will be seen. And then now we will be able to see that the results in graphically, instantaneously, and after a matter of minutes. And without any delays, I would like just to thank you once again just for allowing us just to share with you our passion with blockchain. Thank you very much.